guys, how's it going? Welcome back to EverCrest. My name is Brittany, and today we're going to be transitioning one of our summer containers over into more fall plants, more fall colors, and really just starting to get that beautiful fall vibe with our containers. So we're going to go super simple with this container this year. It's a little bit early to start transitioning things over, and some of the garden centers don't have like all of their fall stuff out just yet. So pickings were slim, let's just say that. I wanted to go a little bit more basic with this container anyway, I think, this year. So I think it's going to work out fine. If we end up just like not loving it, we might end up going to the garden center and finding a few things to pop in just to add some interest. But we're going to work with what we have today and see how we like it. I think it's going to be really pretty. There's some really pretty things here. Also, we're going to be experimenting a little bit because pickings were so slim. The one garden center that's closest to me that is like a small hometown local garden center didn't really have any super bells or super petunias or anything like that in like warm fall colors yet. They have a lot of mums, they have some cabbages and kales, things like that. They have like pumpkins and things like that, but I tend to like some different like warm colored flowers instead of mums. I just don't love mums in containers because they just don't last very long. But what they did have was this like pre-planted box. It's kind of like a big long box of these gorgeous super bells, and I'm not sure the name of them. It doesn't have a tag on it, but I love their color. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to deconstruct this container and use them in my pot. Now, my major concern with doing something like that is the fact that all of these plants have grown together and they look really pretty together, but sometimes when you start pulling plants like this apart, they look kind of funny because they've grown together. Now you rip them apart and now they're kind of like leggy and weird. So I'm a little bit concerned about that, but the other plants that I have to put in this container I think are going to take up the bulk of the space, and then I just want this beautiful pop of color kind of peeking between the other things. So I'm hoping it'll work out. Like I said, if it doesn't, we can run to the garden center and find some more things. A different garden center that's a little bit farther from us has usually a little bit more variety. It's a little bit of a bigger garden center. But we are going to try this first because I absolutely love that color. Okay, so for the other plants in this container, we are going to be doing some gorgeous cabbages. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I love cabbages so much. I love whenever it's the time of year when I can start using them again. It's like the most beautiful rosette shape, and I love these darker purple cabbages. I think they bring so much dimension and like drama. It's just gorgeous. But I am putting these in a black container, so I need something to really pop and to bring out this color and make it stand out. So I also grabbed some of these green ones, which are super frilly. They have some variegation in the leaf there with like lighter striping in the veins and then the darker leaf. But I think these two together are gorgeous, and then add in those beautiful orangey, red, yellow super bells. I think it's going to be gorgeous. So we are going to head out there. I already cleaned the container out because the plants weren't looking so great the other day. I ripped them all out, kind of refreshed the pot. So all we need to do is plant today, which is really fun. But before we get planting, I'm going to go ahead and try to pull these flowers apart. It's going to make a little bit of a mess, which is fine. But I just want to see what it looks like once I pull them all apart. I'm hoping there's like 4 or 5 individual plants in this container. So that's what we're hoping for. We're going to have to see. So let's do that first and see what we got. Okay, so let's go ahead and just tip this out of the container so we can really see what we're working with here. So that's what it looks like. We got some good roots all the way around, but it's not super tight. Oh my goodness! Look at that! That is a snail, and that is one of the most beautiful snail shells I have ever seen. That is really cool. I'm half tempted just to put him back in the garden because he's so pretty. I know he's going to eat my stuff though. Ugh. Okay, buddy, you're going to get a chance to live in the garden. Okay, so we can see what we're working with here if we lift up the canopy a little bit. And we can kind of see that there's like one right here, one right here, one right here. So there's at least 3 plants in here. And so I'm going to just kind of start manipulating the root ball here, tearing at it honestly a little bit, and see what I can get out of this. They're going to be stuck together because they've all grown together all year so far. Okay, so there's one. I mean, that's not bad. That's like a pretty good sized plant. Obviously still not as full as it was. And some of these little leggy things that maybe don't look so great, we could take those off. But I'm pretty happy with that one. Okay, let's try to do the same thing with these 2 here. If there are large roots, I'm trying to just like untangle them as opposed to like rip them. Okay. I think it's actually harder to get like the leaves and stems apart than it is to get the roots apart. Okay, I really had to work at that a little bit. This plant on the end here was really like the main one. It's really quite large and kind of was like the main plant in the container. Like it goes all the way from one side of it to the other. So this one is huge. So that's what we have for that. This one is quite sad. There's not much there. Well, let's just see what we can do with it. We will start positioning things in the container and just go from there and see what we can do and see how we can tuck these in and see if we can make them look beautiful. Okay, so I think these are working out really good because they have so much growth on them and drape on them already. They kind of just feel like they're already filling up the container. But I wanted to take a minute and show you guys how I build up something in a container. So like if I were to dig this in and plant it right now, which let me do that, I need to dig a hole, right? I gotta pop it out of its can here. And if I sink it down in that hole, you guys couldn't even see it from behind this thing. So it just like sinks down in really far. So to get away from that sort of thing, what I like to do is take a bunch of soil and add it to that spot and kind of like build up the soil level a little bit. I like to put around the sides really good so that all the way around the root ball will be really well insulated. But I like to just build up that spot really well so that whenever I put that plant down in there, it can sit up much higher. So now whenever I dig a little hole here and I set that in. I'm going to tip the root ball forward just a little bit. So if you guys can see that, it's not straight down in like this. I'm tipping it forward a little bit just to add some dimension. And then I'm going to sink him down in, and I'm going to pack dirt around that root ball and make sure that he's nice and tucked in. And then that's how I add some dimension. And then the next plant beside him, I may need to add more soil back. So we're just going to dump some more soil back here, just building up wherever we need to. And now whenever I put this guy right beside this one, it's also going to help cover that root ball. And again, this one I'm tipping forward a little bit. Instead of putting it like straight up and down, I'm tipping it out towards the edge of the container, making sure that all the way around has good soil all the way around the root ball. And then this guy pretty much got buried anyway during that whole situation. But making sure that he's good and happy too. He's a little bit bare here, which I don't love. I'm trying to fluff him up in a little bit. We'll see how he does. I might need to pop something different back here. So then the final step before I water everything in is just going around and making sure that everything has ample dirt around every root ball. We don't want roots hanging out. We don't want it to wash away or anything like that. So we want to make sure that every root ball has dirt packed around it really good. Okay, so here is the container all planted up. I am really happy with it, I think. I have a slow hose over here still watering it in, just making sure everything gets a really good drink. But because these flowers were so grown on, they're really full already, and they fill up this container. You know, sometimes when you plant a container at first, it kind of takes a few weeks or so for them to really fill out and like fill up the container, make it look full. But this already looks really full and beautiful. This one back here, I like it. This one on the other side does not look as good, and I might end up swapping it out, finding something else. If I do, I will show you guys what I do with that. It might be on Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do that, because little projects like that I tend to share more on Instagram just because it's quick. But overall, I am in love with this. It looks really good. I love the colors, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I guess just let that be an encouragement to you guys. If you can't find exactly what you are looking for, maybe you can pull apart something from the garden center. I know especially towards the later end of the season, those things might even be discounted, the things that are already kind of put together, and you might be able to disassemble them and use them in a different way. It's always a little bit of a gamble when you do something like that, but sometimes it turns out really, really good. So just a little bit of an encouragement if you guys are struggling to find something you're looking for, find the colors you want, find the plants you want. Maybe just look at them in a different way, and you might be able to find and make something really beautiful anyway. Well, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed kind of seeing the process of this container come together. This is one of my all-time favorite containers. It sits out in front of our garage, and it is so big and stately. This is the one that we actually built, and the inspiration was from the orangeries from the Versailles gardens, which are just gorgeous. They plant like these massive orange trees in these wooden containers, and they take them in and out of like greenhouses because they can't grow them all year at the Versailles gardens. And so they constructed these huge wooden boxes that the little like knobs on the side, they would actually tie horses to those little knobs and like drag them in. It's just really cool. I love history stuff like that. So that's where the inspiration for that container came from. We actually have a video where we're showing kind of the end part of putting that container together and staining it. If you guys are interested in that, I will link it down below. Big DIY project, but super fulfilling. I loved it. Someday I would love to build more and have them throughout the rest of the property. I just love historical things with like a story. And they're beautiful. They're just gorgeous. Oh, one more thing that I wanted to tell you guys. I can't believe I almost forgot. We are launching, we have launched, since this video has gone live, it's already launched, a new line of fall favorite t-shirts over on our website. You know that we have our EverCrest shirts over there, but now we also have a fall line. We actually, if you guys go now, we're already working on a new line, and a few things are already starting to pop up on there as well. I will give you a hint. It's called the Glory line. So anyway, that's a little bit of a hint. If you hop on over there now, you will start to see some of those designs hopping on. But the big one right now is our fall designs. I'm so excited about those. They are so cute. We have long sleeve t-shirts, we have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have kid sizes. Oh, we also got some hats. We got some EverCrest hats, so EverCrest logo hats. There's so much going on over on the item shop. Like, honestly, since I've talked about it the last time, there has been so much going on over there that I have forgot to tell you guys about, and I need to talk about it more because I forget. But you guys shopping over there, checking out this stuff, it helps our channel so much. It helps us to do what we love here, and I really wanted to create stuff that was beautiful that you guys would want to buy. I didn't want to just create stuff because you wanted to support our channel. I wanted to create beautiful things. I wanted to create things that you would want to buy, want to wear, that you would see out and be like, oh my gosh, I want that t-shirt. Where did you get it? So that's really the goal around our shop. Yes, it does support the channel. Yes, it does help us do the things that we do, spread the word about gardening, helping teach people about gardening, teaching people about hydroponics, inspiring people with beautiful things like fall containers. But really, I just wanted to create beautiful things. And I have so many things in store that like other companies that I want to partner with to bring just beautiful things to you guys. So yeah, we have so many dreams, so many ideas, so many things that we want to do. So be on the lookout for that because that's exciting stuff. I will put the link for the shop down below. Go check out those fall t-shirts and check out the new upcoming stuff that we will be officially launching, like announcing here in the next couple of weeks. But you can get kind of a sneak peek of some of the things that we are adding now, because we kind of just slowly add things as we're creating them to the shop. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are starting to feel the fall. The temperatures have, like, it's still warm here. Like, I think it's almost 80 today, but the fall, like, breezes have just come, and it smells like fall, and it's just starting to feel like fall, and it's beautiful. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking now. We'll see you guys in the next video.